Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Now I'm actually with BMW today, and I'm actually going to be trying out some of their new electric cars. So for those of you who haven't seen, I actually reviewed a BMW iX1 very recently. It's one of their smallest entry-level all-electric cars. That got me thinking, what are their others like? Of course, they do have pretty much all of them here today. I won't be able to drive them all just because of timings, but I did want to check out all their Saloons, mainly because Saloons will give you more range than like an SUV. So I'm going to check out the i4, the i5, and their flagship, the i7. That's the one with the 8K screen in the back. So without further interruption, let's go check them out. Now the i4, I think, is one of BMW's most interesting cars. If you kind of look back at all the electric cars kind of out there, a lot of them are SUVs. But BMW have started to venture into the saloon market as well, and boy does this one look like a traditional saloon. And I mean that in a really, really good way. There are some car manufacturers out there that have taken saloons and kind of stretched them in weird places, whereas this is just a nice, classic German approach to a saloon. Now there are a few variants for the i4 with different ranges and electric motors, so double check with your local BMW or check on their website for the exact ones. But the entry-level one starts at 299 miles, 286 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, and prices starting from $49,995. Now the one I have here is slightly faster. This one is the BMW i4 M50, range up to 318 miles, 544 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, and starting from 71,085. So what's it like on the inside? Right guys, so the inside of the BMW i4, and I've got to say, it's actually a really, really nice place. Now obviously, there isn't going to be as much headroom, because obviously it's not as tall as like an SUV, for example. But having said that, if you do a lot of mileage, for example, and you want more range, as I've just shown with the kind of increased range versus an SUV, they're more aerodynamic and cut through the air a little bit easier. So yeah, if you do a lot of mileage, definitely a contender. So, multimedia system, this is, I think, it is actually slightly curved, this screen, which is quite nice. Slightly curved towards the driver. It's got like a slight indent just there. A very similar multimedia system just on here, so I believe this is BMW operating system 8. So one of the newer ones, I believe there is a newer one which is in the i5. Same setup on the multimedia system here, so this is what you'll find in a lot of BMWs now. In terms of everything here, traditional gear stick. So there's actually an unlock button just on the side here to obviously put it in drive and obviously then move forwards and backwards. And we've got the traditional drive modes down there as well that most BMWs have as well. So yeah, it is quite good. And I'm really, really curious to see what this is like out on the open road, because as I said, a lot of electric cars out there today are SUVs, just because that is, I'm presuming, one of the easiest kind of car chassis to put a battery in, because lithium-ion batteries are quite big. So yeah, be curious to see what this handles like out on the road. Right, so test drive of the i4. There we go. Now, instantly I can feel, just going up to 30 here, you can feel the weight is like right down, which of course you will always find with EVs anyway. Now that's not a bad thing at all. That's obviously quite well planted on the road. So we'll get to some twisty roads up here, I'm sure. It's really good because I would like to get an EV, you know, one day for my next car. Maybe my next car or the car after that, I'm not sure. Now, I said I would love to run through all these cars in great detail, but just for timing, I'm trying to record as much of them as possible. So I can't go through all the exact specifics, but if you guys have any questions, of course, just let me know in the comment section down below. Well, it's certainly smooth. And that's the thing with BMWs, they always just give you great confidence with knowing you can feel the road surface where you need to, but there is that kind of luxury experience. Apart from this bit, because this bit is a cobbled road. So yeah, not this bit right here. Back to smooth road again. There we go. And in fact, just on my way driving to the road, so we just hit 40 there, and I can hear a whistle up there. Now actually, that's my GoPro on the roof for this camera angle here that you can see. So it's so quiet, I can hear the whistle of wind from the GoPro that obviously shouldn't be there because it's there for filming, just so I can get some extra angles. But it's so quiet in here, you could literally like whisper. Obviously I don't know what it's like at motorway speeds, but I'm sure it's fairly similar. Literally everything else is like whisper quiet. And this isn't even BMW's best. I wonder what the other ones are like. Well, we've got some nice little twisty roads here. Let's take it for a little whirl. Cool, that power. I love electric cars so much. Not because you would drive like this all the time, it's just nice to know it's there. You know, you're pulling out of a junction or something like that, and or like a slip road or something, and no one's letting you out. It's just nice knowing that power's there. Brilliant for overtaking. Ooh. Becomes addictive. Honestly, if you guys are watching this and ever thinking of test driving an EV, just take one out for a test drive. Honestly, you must do, because it's just addictive. But yeah, I do say I do like this. I kind of think, like, how does it get any better than this? Well, I'm sure knowing a premium German brand, they can. Onto the i5. Right then guys, well, first impressions of the i5. Well, yeah, there's certainly a few different changes in here, and for one, the seats are definitely a lot more kind of squidgy. They're a lot more comfortable, as you kind of expect as you go up through the kind of range. There's certainly a few changes in here, and there's these kind of elements. Well, I'll show you some of that in just a second, but we need to run through the tech specs first. So the new i5 is the latest to the BMW range with the latest tech and the latest advancements. Very stylish design at the front with wraparound lights at the rear. Now it's important to note there are two versions. One is the BMW i5 eDrive 40 M Sport, and the other, which is this one, is the BMW i5 M60 xDrive. One is 340 horsepower and the other is a whopping 601 horsepower, so quite a difference. So they're starting from tech specs, range up to 357 miles, output 340 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, starting from 75,105. Of course, this one is the faster one with more horsepower and the faster 0 to 60, and this one starts at around 97,745. Right, well, let's have a look at this this interior. Yeah, so for starts, in here, you kind of almost got like what looks like crystal elements in here. Now, I know it's not actually crystal, but it's just really, really nice. It really catches your eye, and it's even like in the front here as well, so that is pretty cool. Well, let's switch it on. Oh yes, you probably hear one of the jets just landed over there, so that's what the noise is over there. Right, yeah, look at all these crystal elements, and of course as well, this this new screen as well is BMW's kind of new operating system. It's 8.5, I believe, so this is a little bit more different to the iX1 that I just recently reviewed. Right, let's see what this is like out on the road, and boy, I wish I was on that runway over there that I could like just send it. I don't think BMW would appreciate that though. Anyway, let's take this out on the road. Now, as this is a brand new car, in fact, yes, I've heard rumours of this, that there's this new kind of law or legislation that's coming out where if you go over the speed limit for the road, it can like beep at you and you have to turn it off per driving session. Now, this isn't a BMW thing. I've seen other manufacturers having to do this as well, but yeah, just like that. But I am not on a public road right now, so you can chill. On the public road, you shouldn't hear it, because I will not be speeding. Not in this, anyway. Well, let's skip ahead to when we're on the road. Okay, right, on the open road. Yeah, so basically this speed limit kind of legislation or regulation or something like that that's coming out basically is a kind of thing that helps prevent people or remind them that they're speeding. So it like beeps like once or twice when you're above a certain speed, and then beeps continuously if you are speeding after that. So I guess one could then argue if like, well, you shouldn't be speeding, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Another thing that's car manufacturers are having to do. I'd love to meet the person who makes these rules, but hey ho. I'm sure there's a quick way of turning it off, but I won't be doing it for here just because we're doing a quick drive. Well, yes, this definitely feels softer on the road, and the ultimate test will be the cobbled road bit that I did a minute ago, which yeah, it was quite bumpy. Okay, cobbled bumpy road bit here in the i5. How bumpy is it going to be? I mean, yeah, you definitely don't notice that as much as compared to the i4. I wonder if this is, I don't think this has got air suspension, but it was very soft. Yeah, it's definitely a lot softer on the road. Just definitely like all the little bumps and little imperfections in the road, you don't feel them as much. It just kind of glides across them a bit more. Well, I wonder what the i7 is going to be like. That's the one with the 8K screen. I don't know if there's going to be a screen in this particular one that I'm going to drive, and obviously that's in the back. Which makes me think, actually, if there's a big screen in the back, you probably can't see out the rear view mirror very well. Hey ho. Right, well, let's see what this is like out on a twisty, windy road. National speed limit. Oh yeah, there's that EV sounds that BMWs make. I believe you can turn it off, but I do kind of like it. If there was a way you could put that on my own car, I think I would actually pay. That just shows the child inside of me. I do like those kind of sounds, but kid inside. Yep. I don't know, this actually feels like it has rear wheel steering. I didn't ask any of the BMW guys if it did, but it feels like it does. Especially when you're manoeuvring around in like where I was when I started. Honestly guys, if you haven't driven an EV, I said in the previous one, go drive one. Anyone who's anti-EV, just put them in this seat and get them to drive one. Now a few of you are probably watching this and thinking, well, isn't it going to say i4 or i5 if you were buying one? Honestly, I can't really tell because I'm here in such a short time with these two cars. Well, I'm driving some others as well, but out of these two, this is definitely softer and obviously has the latest tech because it's just come out. So yeah, I would love to actually spend a bit more time with the cars and actually kind of review like multimedia system, check out what's new on this one compared to the other one. So yeah, hopefully in the future I might get my hands on one. Right, as we come to the end here, I think the other one to try now is the i7. So the granddaddy of them all, their flagship all-electric car. Wow, let's see what that one's like. But first one will blip. Right, i7. Now guys, the i7 is BMW's flagship model. Very unique styling on the front, giving it a completely different look to the rest of the range. Tech specs are as follows. It starts with the i7 eDrive 50 Excellence, with a range going up to around 375 miles. Output 455 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, and on the road price from just over £100,000, but can go up to an over £162,000 with faster electric motors and of course loads more tech. But there's a reason for that, which I want to show you is in the back. Right guys, so starting in the back of the i7 first, and the reason why I'm doing this is because this is BMW's flagship kind of luxury car. And not only that, it's their flagship luxury electric car as well. I just kind of wanted to show a few things because if you guys had seen any content, I did a couple of YouTube shorts earlier in the year, and this car featured in it, and I only managed to show it very quickly and I didn't get to drive it at the time. But I managed to show them this special feature in the back. So not only can you do the blinds using these little screens here, you can also operate the screen. So let me just go on here very quickly. Swipe to unlock. Blinds, and yeah, let's close them all. Oh wow. Wow, yeah, I think I'll just relax in here for a minute. And while we're here as well, let's just go on home, and I can't remember how to do this, but I think it's going to be display maybe? Theatre, fold down, Please move the front seats forward to ensure the theatre screen is not blocked. Absolutely. There's an 8K screen in the back. How mad is this? I can't remember, is it touchscreen? I can't remember if it is. Oh, it is touchscreen as well. Oh my goodness. I thought there might be like remotes and stuff you have to, oh, you can probably, yeah, you can do it in here as well. Wow, okay. Well, obviously this isn't programmed in to have internet at the moment, but as you can kind of guess, you can watch content on here. However, this car is also very good at, you know, a driving car as well, because it is apparently super smooth. Now, I haven't actually driven it myself. Well, tell a lie, I did drive it here and it was very smooth, but we're going to take it out on the road in a minute. Right, I guess I should put this screen back. So I'm guessing display, fold up. Oh, it's done all the blinds as well. Now, come on, that is just so cool. I wonder how much that screen costs. 8K as well. Don't think I've seen anything at 8K. Right, well, let's see what it's like to drive. Right, time for a drive. Oh, yes. Oh, didn't shut the door properly. That's a good start. Oh, hang on. It's got soft close. Oh, no, that wasn't scripted at all. Oh, dear. I tell you what, this seat is so soft. Oh, wow. Let's just put that back a tiny bit there. Right, okay, I think we're ready. So let's see what this is like out on the road. Right, start, stop. Right, well, on the road, yeah, instantly you can tell in this car that it is so smooth on the road. Like, it's just floating across like all the bumps in the road. I'm talking like the little imperfections and that sort of thing compared to the i4 and the i5. Little hum you hear from the kind of chord note. I wonder what it's like in sport mode. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, it will be interesting to see what this is like on the cobbled bit, because it's just so smooth. You still feel the road, but it's just not as jarring or as bumpy. It's kind of what you want, actually, because if you're sitting in the back and you're watching a movie on your 8K screen, you're probably going to want as smooth a ride as possible. You know, as I said, some people who buy this car might not actually ever drive it. They might be driven. So, right, here we go. Bumpy bit. Yeah, it literally just kind of glides across. I actually hear there's like a little pamphlet down there with the information for this car, like the tech specs and that sort of thing. I actually hear the metal chain on that over everything else. And the little chime kind of humming thing. There must be different ones you can select. But yeah, if you've had a stressful day, just get in one of these. Just drive. Even this is nice and soft as well. But what's it going to be like on a twisty road? And I'm sure this thing will shift, even though it probably weighs quite a lot. But certainly for the type of driving that you would actually do in this car, it's very nice. Kind of encourages you not to drive fast. Right, let's see what it's like on a windy road. Okay, we're in sport mode. Oh my goodness, look at all the lights. They literally just, it's kind of like red and blue on the screen, but everything's just gone red and blue here now. Yep, it's still just as quick despite how heavy this car probably is. I do like all these kind of lights in here, because it's very similar to the i5 I drove, with the kind of like crystal effect on everything, but everything's just so soft in here and ultra luxurious. Wow guys, the i7 drive, that was amazing. Of course, as you would expect, that is the smoothest out of all of them, but yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. Now, I know I've only spent a very short time in these cars today, so just because I'm trying to cover as much as possible. But yeah, it's definitely opening up my eye to kind of see like all these different other electric cars out there. It's quite interesting how each manufacturer does things, and I've got to say it's quite cool. And this chair is just, I just want this chair in my car. It's just so nice. Well, of course guys, if you aren't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button down below, and if you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Of course, shout out to BMW UK for arranging today, because it's been incredible. But yeah, I'm curious to hear from you guys. What do you all think? Is there any particular car you'd like me to cover in the future? Use that comment section, and I always try and message everyone back where I can. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see you then.